5 things not to say to someone that's grieving. Number 1, do not say that God must have wanted them to be an angel. He must have needed another angel in heaven. Such is not true. Number 1, it's insensitive, because at that time, the person is grieving. The last thing that they want to hear about is that their loved one is in heaven and they have became an angel. That's not what they want to hear. Second of all, it's not biblical. Nowhere in the Bible will you ever find that a human being becomes an angel. The Bible says we were made in the image of God and after his likeness, which means that we have a living soul. But it does not say anything about us becoming an angel. When you think of the rich man and Lazarus, notice that Lazarus did not die and become an angel. Notice that the rich man did not become a fallen angel. No, that's not the way it works. So we can go into that in various details and specific passages, but we don't have time to do that. So I will leave some scriptures for you to look at in the comments, but please don't say that to somebody that's grieving. Number 2, please do not say, you're young, you'll be able to find somebody else to marry. That is a shot in the heart to somebody who has just lost a spouse. Speaking of myself, I lost my spouse in February 28 of 2020. And I remember being at the wake, and this lady came in and she just presented herself as all so nice, thinking she was about to give me some encouraging words. I listened. And she immediately told me that I needed to pack my things up, take my children, and just basically run away and detach myself from the world. And I'm young, I can marry, but that person laying there in the casket is gone. She's dead. She's deceased. So basically move on with my life. Now, it took everything in me not to take this particular lady and place her where she needed to be. But because I'm a nice individual and I try to do things right as best I can, I didn't do that. But what I did do is I calmly detached myself from this person, quickly stopped the conversation. That wasn't the conversation I needed to be in. Was not the thing that needed to be on my brain at that time. So you imagine another person is grieving. This would hurt them. This is not a good thing to say. It does not matter that they are young. It does not matter that they may have a chance to marry again. The point is the person that they loved is gone. And that's who they are mourning. That is who they are missing. So please don't tell anybody that. Number 3, God makes no mistakes. Now, yes, it is true. God makes no mistakes. No mistakes. He is infinite in his wisdom. Okay. He created this world. But the last thing you want to hear while you are grieving is God makes no mistakes. You do not want to hear that. So try your best to refrain from telling someone who has lost a loved one that God makes no mistakes. Basically, God makes no mistakes, so you need to deal with it, put up with it, move on with your life. You need to cope. You need to get some closure or whatever it is you need to do. You just need to keep moving because God makes no mistakes. Don't do that. If you truly love the person that is grieving, just don't say anything. Number 4, it's okay. You can have more children. Okay. This is definitely not a good thing to say to a grieving mother or a grieving father, that they can have more children. Because the child that they love oh so dearly, which is a distinct child, a child that has their own characteristics, their own likes, dislikes, their loves, their hates, you're telling this parent that they can make a new one. as in you're manufacturing a toy or some clothing. No, this is a person, someone that was loved by this individual. Please don't say that. And last but not least, number 5, they're in a better place. This doesn't seem like something that's a big problem when you first think about it. But once again, put yourself in the mind of someone who has lost their loved one, who is missing their loved one, who is grieving, who is mourning, who is hurting. The last thing they want to hear is being apart from them is a better place. We understand the difference between heaven and hell. We know that heaven is a better place, or we know that paradise is a better place. But at this particular moment, this person is grieving. And the last thing they want to hear is that their loved one is in a better place. Though it may sound good, at that time, you should just be quiet. If there's nothing you could think of off the top of your head that will be beneficial to the person grieving, you can be quiet. It is okay to just put your hand on their shoulder, or to hug them, or to love on them, or to offer to cook a meal, or to buy food. You don't always have to have the right words to say, because in that moment, they're happy that you are just there. The old saying goes, if you can't find anything good to say, you better not say anything at all. This is Will Abrams signing off, good people, for Family, Love, and Finance. And as always, live well and honor the King.